why we're getting no showings. It was listed with a previous realtor, which I know her. She's awesome. She's really great. Been here forever. I said, you're getting no listing because of your price point. You have other options and choices out there. I said, you're at $975 right now. You're across the street from the water. You have 2 boat slips. You have a beautiful unit, all remodeled, but your price is too high because buyers have options. And you have 3 other places that are listed in the same community that are $100,000 less, $80,000 less, $50,000 less. You look like you're overpriced, even though he probably has the best unit of the other units that are for sale.
Okay.
So that's key. If you're not getting showings, but you're marketing it properly, like with me and my team, we spend a bunch of money on homes.com, realtor.com, Zillow.com, all of those, and my website and our social media. I spend a buttload of money. And when I tell some of my fellow realtor friends how much money I'm spending every year, like, Shane, that's impossible. No, it's not. You have to spend money to make money. I know a mistake that a lot of realtors make is maybe they'll sell a property and make X amount of dollars and pay all their bills, but they didn't leave that 25, 30% to reinvest back in the business. You have to reinvest back into the business. I'm kind of getting off track here. Getting back to these folks, super nice. His wife is on board totally. She sees what's happening. He doesn't want to see it. He's a little older. He's so funny. I'm old school. My wife's younger and this and that. I said, look, you got to put an 8 in front of it. $975 is too much. I said, do $875. Well, that's a $100,000 drop. My neighbor got, $1 million. I said, yeah, a year and a half ago. That's a year and a half ago. The market has changed.
Yeah.
A year ago, the market has changed. 6 months ago, it has changed.
Yep.
Long story short, before I came to see you, they both talked and said, all right, let's do $875. And I told them, I said, at $875, that's a avenue to get people in the house. Once you get them in the house, I can sell the property. I can sell the area. I can point your boat lifts out right there. I can bring my boat there, throw them in the boat and say, hey, let's go to Fort Myers Beach. Let's go to Sanibel. Let's go to Cabbage Key to help sell the lifestyle. People come here that are boaters or waterfront people want the waterfront lifestyle. So I had some customers out the other day and they said, we want to look at property in Fort Myers Beach. I said, yeah, well, let's go by boat. What do you mean? I go, let's take the boat over there because traffic's going to be horrible. Well, as we went from the mainland over to Fort Myers Beach, I call the Sky Bridge. It's not called the Sky Bridge, but from Fort Myers to Fort Myers Beach, standstill traffic. This was in March, maybe April. Traffic was horrible. They said, I see what you're saying. I said, yeah, I live on the water. We want to go to the beach to Sanibel. We don't get in the cars. We get our boats. You want to go to the beach, you go to the boat. You want to go to dinner, you go by boat. So it's all part of that lifestyle. But getting back to these folks, I said, once I get them in your unit and they look at it and go, wow, this is really nice. Yeah. Well, let's hop on the boat and I'll show you the lifestyle, show you around by water. There's so many restaurants and bars and fun things to do in the beaches. And Bunch Beach, which is kind of like a little private beach. You know where Bunch Beach is. Yep. And you have these little like canals and little like waterways. I take our little boat up in there and once they get subjected to that, they're like, wow, this is really cool. Yeah. And the rest is a piece of cake. Yeah. It's not rocket science. If they don't like the waterfront, so be it. They don't want the waterfront lifestyle, so be it. Maybe they're golfers. Maybe they don't want to do that. That's true. Yep. But I choose to specialize in waterfront property. We mentioned before too last time, when people come down here, they don't have boats. Well, what kind of boat should I get? Well, what's your application? What do you mean? I go, you can back bay fish? You just want to take your boat to Cabbage Key, Barnacle Fills, Mellons, North Captiva, where do you want to go? No, we want to go offshore like you do, like 80 miles out. I said, you need a bigger boat with at least 2 motors, or 3 or 4 motors. So a lot of people who have sold their businesses, they've dreamed about coming down here. Well, buy the 24-foot bay boat and buy the 36 or 39 or 45-foot larger boat with the triples or quads on it so they can run offshore. They can run to Key West. They can run to Sarasota. It's all in their application, what they want. Yeah. Well, then that comes back to me and saying, all right, well, if you're going to get 2 boats, we need to have at least 100 linear feet of water frontage. Yep. Oh, I never thought of that. You got to have room for 2 boat lifts. What do I need a boat lift for? Well, you don't want your boat sitting in the water with barnacles, or if you paint the bottom, that's a whole nother realm. Yes. There's so many things they don't know about, but once they live the lifestyle, a good buddy of mine, Craig, real good buddy from Chicago. Yeah. He didn't know much about boating down here. Fast story, Craig. I know you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me, Craig. I know this. He bought a Go Fast boat, twins on it, and we made snail trails on the chart plotter, little lines on the chart plotter. And I said, now, Craig, whatever you do, don't go through this channel at low tide because you will run aground. I don't think I made it clear enough. So about 2 weeks later, he calls me, fired up, furious. I went through that channel we went through, and I ran aground. I bent both my prop shafts and tore up my props. I go, is that near Redfish Pass on the inside where I said, don't go through when it's low tide? He goes, I don't know what the heck low tide is. but it cost me $14,000. So point is, Craig, I love you, man. I do. But the point is, since that time, he's learned. He takes his family out, his friends out, his customers out. When they come down and they're looking to buy waterfront property, even off water, we do off water as well. Call Shane. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
And Craig, we talked the other day, I think he's referred 19 people to me in almost 20 years. Like, but they refer people to me or to my team. So it just, it's perpetual. It's the gift that keeps giving because you took care of the people from the start. You educate them, taught them how to fish our waters. He's freshwater. Now he takes his friends and family and grandbabies out fishing. It's just cool. And he teaches them. And he sends me pictures. Oh, we got American reds today. Got red grouper. And, you know, they're in season. Whereas when he first came here, he didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
That's true, Craig.
I love how you're calling him out.
Yeah. But it's just
so much